What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the drone show. I've got a special one today, at least for me it is. That Nakamura Hamono Bunka, the curved-back Bunka, has arrived. So I wanted to share that with you guys and just kind of give my take of it and what I think of how it looks and how it cuts, etc. out of the box, but I'm also going to sharpen it. But before we get started, I was going to show you guys a few things. First, though, I want to remind you of the giveaway. So not obviously today, but next week, the 2nd, I believe a week from today is the 2nd of April, is another giveaway announcement for an Altstone Fukami. All you have to do is just be a subscriber to the channel and make comments on videos for the last 2 weeks up until the day that I release the video, giving away the winner. And visit Altways LLC on Amazon. That's the people that make Altstone and have provided the stones for this giveaway. It's a small favor to ask. You don't have to buy anything, but chances are you might, especially seeing their prices. So be sure that you enter in that giveaway, and I look forward to giving another one away. All the packages I sent out, it looks like they should all be landing somewhere between Friday and Monday. So whoever's waiting on a package still, you should get yours, like I said, anywhere between Friday and Monday. So I'll be looking out for that, and just let me know what you guys think when you get it. I'm excited to see who thinks what. Rick bought himself one, and he absolutely loves it. He said it's sharpened the best that he's ever sharpened. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to try it out too. I wanted to show you some other things that I got here. Pretty neat stuff, actually. So this is, you can still buy one of these, but this particular one anyway, is a vintage Nanawa greenstone. And this actually, I got it on eBay for $15. It's 120 grits, and you can see it's got some yellowing and stuff. 120 grit. It's, I'm assuming, silicon carbide. I had a hard time finding anything about this stone. I actually emailed Nanawa to ask him about it, just because I want some information. But apparently the guy that I bought it from, his uncle purchased it in Northern California, and he's passed away since. Never opened it, never used it, and so the nephew sold it on Amazon, or not Amazon, on eBay. I got it for $15. You can't beat that. This is courtesy of Nanawa. This is a resin bonded diamond plate, very similar to this. Actually, I say very similar. It's the exact same thing. The difference is the size. This is the 135 series. This is the 6,000 grit. These are considerably cheaper than the 8x3 that I just showed you. See, like I said, though, it's the exact same thing. Aluminum backing. There you can see there it says that it's the 6,000 grit. I'll get the model number for you too. It's like DR406, I don't know, or 106 or something like that. They come in these little inexpensive paper packages. Oh, there it is. So it's 135 by 75 by 6 millimeter. The abrasive is 1 millimeter. The whole thing's 135, called the 135 series because it's 135 millimeters. DR0160. If you look for that, like on internet, Google or Amazon, the cheapest ones you'll find is on Amazon Japan, the seller. These go roughly at like sharpeningsupplies.com for $88 a piece or so. From Amazon Japan seller, you can get them as low as $58. That's great if you wanted to experience the Nanawa resin bonded diamonds plates for less money, because the other ones are $120, $170, whatever. These are perfect. Like, I have no problems using one of these sizes for a standard kitchen knife. If we just use this as an example, I mean, it's perfect. It's not a problem. You got plenty of surface area to sharpen with. I successfully tested it on a standard 8-inch chef knife. No big deal. I got this guy today. It came in, actually. This was an eBay purchase. This is from Royal Flint Abrasives in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. It's a Rosetta superior fine grade matrix, Rosetta matrix stone, I believe. This thing is awesome. It's super smooth. It looks pretty cool. I think I can turn off some maybe, and you might be able to appreciate how it looks a little better here. Get it wet, and it's got a, just like how, it's like an novaculite, basically, like an Arkansas stone. That's what he was telling me, and it's mined up there, like I said, in Red Deer, or wherever that's at. So yeah, check that out. That's, I'll get the name of the guy for you, but it is also inexpensive. He does accept offers, so you can, you know, get those for, I think they're listed around 35 bucks, and that's a great size for doing most things, even straight razors, right? And then from the Cajun Blade, I got this guy. This is a Suita, Japanese natural stone. I love these things. Look how beautiful that stone is. Put a little water on it. Makes it even more beautifuler. So yeah, this thing, for straight razors for sure, but you can also use it for kitchen knives. That's not a problem. And the star of the show, that knife that I'm telling you about, the Nakamura Himono, came with this little guy. Super tiny, but it's an Amakusa redstone. I've got to tell you, this thing is the best sharpening Amakusa I have ever used. I've never had really a problem with Amakusas because I use them correctly. I did not need to make a slurry with this on a test run. This thing sharpened a knife instantly. We're going to try it today with our new knife. So that's the first one we're going to use. Then I'm going to go to my Morihei 1000 just because I want to use it. But yeah, so now let's show you the knife. First of all, it came packaged in quite a large package. That's where it came. Whoop, that's where it came from. You can go on their website and buy one of these. One of the coolest things, I don't know why, but one of the coolest things I've ever seen was this little thing sitting on top of here. And I'll show you. It's information about the smith. And I don't know that he's necessarily making this exact one that I'm holding, but this is the curved bunkas. I'm assuming that this is quite possibly, oh, it's bleeding through, quite possibly like from a picture from the batch that he was making, because I'm sure he doesn't make one at a time and then walk away. But yeah, Nakamura-san. He is the blacksmith, the main blacksmith there. It's a family-ran business. He is, I think, 78 years old, and he's still out there hammering out some amazing knives. And that is where this comes in. I may have it upside down. There we go. This guy. I'm going to show you over here in the GoPro. Man, this thing is straight up a schmexy. I haven't gotten to use it very much or play with it too much because I just got it. But I did give it a quick test run. So it came in that box. It was rubber banded. It had bubble wrap on it. It came in this plastic sheath with some writing on it. I haven't translated it yet to know what it says. But there she is. Look how beautiful that bad boy is. It's a curved bunka. Bunka. I'll always say it wrong, so just roast me. This thing is amazing. It's got beautiful hammer marks. It's got beautiful grind lines. It's Aogami steel. It should be Aogami 2, so blue 2. Everything is just perfection. And here's the crazy part. If you want to buy one of these, they come with the red Amakusa stone, shipped to your door in the United States, 119 bucks. You can't beat that, especially with what I'm about to show you. Like I said, I have limited experience with it at the moment, but I'm going to show you how it cut out of the box. Then we're going to sharpen it up and see exactly what we can do with this thing. But for that price, if you remember that disappointment Hatsukokoro that I bought, which I have fixed, shouldn't have to do that, but I did. That thing was $90 originally before they refunded. This thing, complete with a sharpening stone, from Japan, direct to your door, $119. When they shipped it, it was roughly 8 days ago. So 8 days from Japan to here. Man, you can't beat that. Let's show you how she cut. I kept the Japanese newspapers that it came with because I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. I have to buy a storage unit just to keep all the shit that I keep. All right, so let's go real fast. Let you listen. Now, what I did notice, because the only thing I've done is cut paper, right? I think I cut like half a magazine the other day, or yesterday. In the back here, it's not chippy, but it's very toothy. I'm sure they use the wheel, because that's what I've always seen them use in their videos for these knives, is the wheel, of course. That's the easiest and fastest way. But it kind of hung up in the back a little bit. I still got it to cut, no big deal. But that's why I wanted to sharpen it. So the only place I think that it's an uneven sharpen is back here. This is a long intro, guys, and I'm sorry, but I wanted to go through all that stuff for you. So all right, here, let's listen to it real quick. I mean, it's out of the box, baby. So they definitely know what they're doing. They do it right. They take their time. I'm going to do a push cut in the front part of it here. Oops. That's a me problem. I mean, amazing, right? So the back end is where the problem kind of lies. And it's not that bad. But you see it kind of hung up there for a second. It's hanging there. So that's what I'm going to fix. So what we're going to do, we're going to get right to it. We're going to sharpen this bad boy. So switch you guys over here. Turn on the sun. Let's get kicking. All right. Yeah, I am completely excited for you guys to try those stones that you're getting in the mail. You guys are getting a little bit more than just the stones that I sent out to you. So don't you worry. Old Drone Shot's taking care of you. What'd you guys think about the video for how to sharpen? I mean, a lot of you guys know how to already, but I created that for Always. They asked me to do that, and I kept it tame, but because it needed to be professional, right? So just curious you guys' thoughts on it. I am not, actually, I am going to taper the corners there. Just because I don't want to gouge anything. And it was like Christmas getting all these stones and stuff. Like they all came within a day of each other. Anybody that's watching that doesn't know what I'm doing is I'm rounding the corners off so that they don't cut into the edge whenever I run the knife over the stone. Okay, just kind of rinsing it off there, just using a diamond plate to do so. Rinse that guy off later. Let's grab our knife. Unfortunately, I just contaminated the water, so I was gonna do the Morihei, but whatever's fine. It'll be all right. Be aight. But yeah, so just let me know what you guys think about that. That video I did and that intro. I worked on that for a little bit, changing things up here at the Drone Shot Film Studio. All right, here we go. Let's take her out our first passes. The best feeling Amakusa. I mean, the ones I have from that are Morihei mined or whatever, or at least overseen, are really good, but I need to find out the actual name of this distributor or miner or whatever and get a larger one. I've already got a burr. Holy crap. That's not normal for Amakusa. It usually takes several passes and raising a slurry before I can get a burr on Aogami steel with an Amakusa. Just the nature of the beast. They're not, let's see, how do we put this? They're not the best stones for fast sharpening. That's the best way to put it. I wanted to say it properly because I don't want to give an Amakusa a bad light. I love my Amakusas. Okay, just looking at my edge bevel here. Man, this thing's supposedly at a Rockwell of 63. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and move to the other side just to test a theory. I think I'm good all the way to the back there. In the back, in the back. Man, you guys ready for the weekend? I'm going to do a little something special for the weekend for y'all. So be sure to tune in. I'm not even going to hint at it. I need to seal this, by the way. If anyone's interested in seeing how I seal these, drop a comment and I'll make a video, a short one, on how to do that. It's not that difficult, but it is a little bit of a process. I'm going to seal this and the Tsushima, the small Tsushima, the Nagara. Man, brain no worky. The smaller stone, so I got to remember to stay on it. It's not that hard. That's what she said. Okay. Let's check our... Okay, that bird's gone and folded over. And there she is on this side. Wow. I'm just blown away by this Amakusa. It's insanity. This is a little bit bigger than I'd like it to be, but it came that way. But it's part of the whole thing. But then that's a personal preference. It has nothing to do with affecting geometry, you know, or cutting, nothing like that. So I just really love this knife. This is my first bunka that I've been proud of or enjoyed. Okay, I'm just going to stop that there because I got to burr all the way. I'm going to deburr or burr minimize. We're going to move on to the 1000 after that. And we'll put our Amakusa away for another day. This thing, though, like, it sounded good, it felt good, right? I usually tell you guys that stuff. So, Amakusas, by nature, are a coarser stone. And they kind of feel the part. They're usually soft. And they have kind of a, you know, I mean, a soft feeling, right? I guess. How profound, right? But it's not soft in a bad way soft, but just soft as in, well, kind of like, you know, when you use those lower grit, like a 220 grit silicon carbide, right? Or like the, Sharpen glass 220. Those things they're very soft. I mean, that's the best way to put it, right? So that's kind of what these usually are. This is kind of a middle ground between hard and soft. So it's moffed or sard or whatever you want to call it there. But it's got a really good feel to it, right? So let me dip this and rinse it. And I think that contributes to its cutting speed. The other Amakusas being softer, they kind of break down a little easier under the knife and under pressure. So I think that's kind of what happens there. I'm gonna set this on my drying area over here. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but that's just my theory. Super quick, I'm gonna bring it back just to see how the Amakusa did, right? Let's just give her a quick test. Holy smoke balls. Come on, you. Why is that catching back there? I need to work on that some more. That's why. But that's what I'm going to do with the 1000. But I wanted to even everything out with the Amakusa and go to town with the Morihei. That's better than it was. I'll give it that, but let's see. All right, on with the show. One of my favorite stones coming up. Actually, real quick, I'm going to look with the old Carson microscope just to see how different it looks on the edge versus how it looked. Yeah, see, so before it had this very toothy. I wish I would have taken the before picture. That's actually on me. It's actually still kind of that way in the back. So that tells me I didn't give enough tension in the back. Attention in the back, not tension. You don't need no tension. Okay, I'll rinse that off a little bit. One of my favorite stones, Morihei. This is the 1000 grit Hishiboshi. Beautiful, beautiful stones. These are a mix of synthetic and natural abrasives. Get a little filtered water here. Not that you have to. Ooh. There's a hair on there. I hope that's one of mine. Otherwise, that hair has traveled from Japan. There's multiple hairs on there. What the hell? That's just nasty. I don't like that. I'm hoping that I'm shedding like a cat. That'll make me feel better about what just happened. You saw it live here, folks. Can't make this up. All right. Here, listen to our Morihei 1000. I'm going to focus on this area because it's still toothy. What a beautiful, beautiful stone. You just really can't beat Morihei. Well, you can. Right now, I'm in love with Morihei. Shut up. Not you guys, just that voice in my head trying to rationalize everything and talk everything to death. I love my Moriheis. Right now, I love them. Just kind of getting this little part back here. It feels like it might be slightly an uneven grind area, which might be what's going on. I'm going to try and flatten it a little bit. I'm putting a little extra pressure. There we go. That's better. Yeah, so what I did there was I wasn't getting the same burr effect as I was with the rest of the edge. So I just focused the area, put a little extra pressure whenever the first focal point didn't seem to function. And then I did it again. Look, these aren't my hairs. That's just nasty. I'm not really that easily grossed out, but that's still pretty gross. Maybe they just were trying to send free hairs to test, you know? Guaranteed to whittle your money back. Man. There's a complaint about the Morihei 500, and not in its performance, but about the fact that you can't see the slurry whenever you are sharpening a knife on it, like it's too dark. This is better in the regards to the reviews, right? And you can actually kind of see some white slurry there, gray or white slurry. Personally, I've never had a problem with the 500. And yeah, and actually I think I see less and I see it worse on the 1000. And that's the one everybody like agrees is better. Again, I'm focusing this back spot. Maybe I should have went like a 400 or the Morihei 500 maybe. I'm gonna look at that under the microscope real quick, just because I'm curious if I've gotten out the toothy spots. If you guys don't have one of these Carson microscopes, they're like 20 bucks on Amazon. They will change your sharpening game if you're doing stuff like what I'm doing right now, because you'll be able to see key points that are problematic. Yeah, so this is actually blended. So I can also see, yes, it was a shallow grind. And I don't mean that like hollow versus shallow. What I mean by shallow is the bevel is completely even up to here and it thins out. Now, probably what happened was they're moving it on the wheels like that, and they probably didn't give as much attention to that end down there. And that's easily fixed with what we're doing right here. I'm gonna give it one more pass and we should be golden. I'm gonna focus this back a little bit. I'm gonna give it 15 strokes or so. And that should even things out. If I didn't have that microscope, I wouldn't have been able to see that. That's why I recommend it so much. Or it's just some form of microscope, you know. It doesn't have to be that. You could, if you have one laying around, you know, that'd be fine. All right. So I'm gonna give the tip a little attention. Just the tip. Now we're even, baby. Sometimes you just have to do that when you're sharpening. It's just the fact of life. It's just the nature of the beast. All the above. You know, these are handmade items. So while you can kind of get close to perfection, they are handmade. So there are going to be potential little issues here and there. Not every one is going to be the exact same. All right, there we go. Ooh. I was popping a wheelie. I just like listening to it. Well, that was interesting. I slowed that down because that felt like it was trying to grab and gouge. That doesn't happen very often, but I've had that happen before. And that has to do with my pressure. But that's where feedback for these stones comes in handy. You always hear me say it's great feedback, which I didn't really give you that on this. But it does have great feedback. I was able to stop immediately, as you saw. I don't know if you heard the crunch, but I'm assuming what happened is this little piece of burr here was part of the issue there if it came off. But the feedback told me exactly everything that was happening, so I could immediately adjust, and you saw me immediately adjust as soon as I heard the noise, and was able to continue without any issue. That's one of the good things about good feedback in a stone. It literally feeds back to you what's happening. Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay. Moving on. What are you guys doing this weekend, huh? Anybody got any amazing plans? I went to that funeral today. Not trying to be a Debbie Downer. Good to see my friend's dad. He's been through a lot of heartache. Lost his son, and a couple years ago he lost his second wife. He lost his first wife to cancer. Lost his second wife to cancer. I think he lost his brother to cancer. Like, phew, that's just not good. He lost his son to addiction, unfortunately. That's a reminder, kids, don't do drugs. Or if you do them, do the good kind. Not the needle kind. I'm excited to try out that Nanawa 120 grit. That thing's pretty cool. He said that his uncle, whose name was Jim, would appreciate someone that would actually appreciate the stone that was his. I don't know if Jim was just a collector or if Jim was a blade file like us. But either way, I now have Jim's stone that was in his collection, and I thank him and his nephew for that. I told him I would mention him and keep his uncle's memory alive out there. All right. Now we're going to deburt 5 alternating strokes in the same angle. Oh, it just sounds like a smooth operator. This 1000 grit Morihei has like the glassiest feeling. Ivan Fonseca Gomez, who is Ivan the Sharpener, right? Who did a lot of testing, I guess, with these stones after they Ogura-san made them. Ogura-san likes the feel of natural stones, which is why he made these the way he made them. Ivan confirmed that they do feel like natural stones. And again, they have natural stone abrasive in them. But these stones are great by themselves. So if you just have the 500, if you just have the 1000, if you just have the 4000 or whatever, they're great. But as a unit, right, an actual progression setup, if you have the 500, 1000, 4000, 8000, 9000, 12,000, they're even better. I can attest to that. They really complement each other. Okay, we should be burless. Making up all kinds of words as I do these videos. I'm gonna have to have my own dictionary. Yeah, we burless, yo. All right, stropping strokes. Same thing, 5 alternating, although I think on that last one I did like 90. I'll go ahead and strop it on 1 micron diamond, the Richmond CB, not CBN, good lord, brain no worky. I ordered CBN, which is why I said it. The Richmond Diamond Spray, 1 micron, from Chef Knives to Go. By the way, the Sharp All Strops, what they are, the 204Hs or something. I'll show you guys in a second. That's one of my favorite strops. They're currently on sale on Amazon. I don't have affiliate links, so I'm not trying to like milk you guys for any money. So if you just go look at them, they're $14 on Amazon right now. That's a heck of a deal. And they're not like overly priced, you know, higher than that necessarily, but I mean, they're on sale. It's this one right here. That's an 8x3. Where's the thing at? Normally it tells you what its model number is. I don't know. Brain. It does, I don't know. It comes with this green compound, which is actually really good. But it's this one. So it's an 8x3 Sharp All Strop. Can't beat it. $14. Get one. Okay. right after our strop and strokies. I believe we Gucci, baby. Let me go ahead and just kind of rinse that off for a second. Let that sit there. I'm going to strop this now, again, like I said, with the Richmond Diamond Spray 1 micron on my Hutsuls Buffalo Leather strop. Nice and grippy. I freshly loaded this earlier today by spraying some more on it. I found the sprays to be rather convenient. I didn't know how good sprays would work. I know stroppy stuff, and I think gunny juice, they're primarily sprays. I always thought that they would kind of clog up in the atomizer, and it can happen, especially if your atomizer is long and sticks to the bottom of the bottle and sits in the mud, because you got to shake it up right before you use it. But ask me how I know. But anyway, it actually works out pretty good. As you can see, it sprays nice and even. It's 2 to 3 sprays, and I think there's probably 100 sprays in those bottles. They're 2 ounces for 16 bucks. You can't beat that. All right, I think we're good there. I'm gonna bring yins back. Just gonna go ahead and wipe this off now with the microfiber cloth. Get all the little pieces off the edge. Okay. First thing I'm gonna feel. That thing is gripping my fingers as I move them across there, just barely, right? All right, let's start with this little, actually, let's just do this. This thing is freaking amazing. Here, listen real close. Nah. Here we go. Let's go to the back side here. And we're fixed. Just like that. No more catching. The tip, just for a second, see how that feels. Really sharp. That's how that feels. The middle, right behind the middle. A little after behind the middle. A little more behind the middle, behind the middle. The right before the back side, that rump-a-dump. And now the rump-a-dump. Here. Oh, let me get a different piece of paper. That's what I used to do. Test these. You son of a bitch. No, pardon my French. I'm fluent. Let's see. That looks stupid. Let me do something different. Let me get a full sheet. That's what I always do it with. It's a good thing I already read this magazine. Doo-doo-doo. I only had 2 pieces tore out because I thought that's all I was going to need. All right. Pushed it right on there. Right, like, look at that. I missed it and it went over the top and still came through it. That's insanity. I can't do it now because of that, but yeah, no, that ain't gonna work, but that's fine. We know she's a sharp baby. So there we go. Nakamura Hamono curved back bunka. It comes in curved back. It comes in the regular standard size. They have Sentokus. They have double bevel Debas. Say that 5 times fast. They also have other makers. Yoshida, I believe, is another one that he is a single blacksmith. Beginning to end, he does everything. He wants control of it all. He makes some amazing knives, but they're like $600, $700, $800. So yeah, get you one of these if you like Japanese knives. Super thin, like very nice choil work. Distal taper. And it goes thin. She's super thin. You can't see that, of course, but But I mean, she is thin as can be. And you can see the taper there. See how it's thicker back here towards the handle, thins out towards the front. Swoop. That's a beautiful knife, guys. So anyway, I appreciate your time so much. I've rambled on for far too long. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you sticking with me and all the support you give me, guys. It means a whole lot. That one video is blowing up, and that means a lot to me as well. So thank you guys for sticking around, and I look forward to seeing you on this Saturday. I'll do probably one on Saturday and Sunday if I can. It'll definitely be one of the days, right? And remember, next Wednesday, that's going to be the giveaway for the Altstone Fukami. So be sure you make a comment on the videos from a week ago and then up until next Wednesday. And you're a subscriber to the channel, and go visit Altways LLC on Amazon. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you this weekend. Peace and love.